Intelligence is also a nurture thing, and if you don't get an education in your developing years, you will be less intelligent than someone who did, so education has something to do with it. Yes, but this also reminds me of Dr. Robert Sapolsky, who teaches at Stanford University. He highlights the frontal cortex of the brain, which is that key element in decision making in human beings. That is the last part of your brain to develop. And if you grow up in poverty or in just an unstable household with a lot of stress, then by the age of 5, you will often be further behind than other children at the same age who grew up in more stable environments. This affects all sorts of things. This affects decision making skills. This affects impulse control. This affects your ability to sit down, study, and focus. And your frontal cortex, again, is the last part of your brain to develop. It usually develops well into your 20s. There is a belief that your frontal lobe stops developing at 25. That is a misconception because the funding for that study ended when the subjects were 25 years old. It's most likely developing beyond that time. But the important thing to remember is that intelligence and education and environment are all intertwined with each other. Sapolsky has mentioned other things as well. For instance, there is a gene in the human body which essentially, if you grow up in an abusive household, it furthers the likelihood of someone committing antisocial violence, also from Dr. Robert Sapolsky. However, if someone grows up in a stable environment and they have that gene, they are not likely to commit violence. Sapolsky himself is quite deterministic. He is famous for stating that there is no free will, and if you're interested in learning more about what he has to say on that or on the human brain, then you can watch his lectures on YouTube, like right here for instance. But it's all really good information because it helps dispel this narrative that was taught to many people, myself included, that everyone has the same opportunity for success, that everyone has the same 24 hours, and that wealth doesn't matter when it comes to being successful. It absolutely does matter, and people who are raised in less stable environments often have much lower rates of success.